How's it going, guys? Chris back here again with some more Historic Brawl. Today we're checking out the last of the Dominus cycle. Tekuthal Inquiry Dominus. Mainly wants things with counters and to proliferate them, right? That's the ideal. Also, Planeswalker sub-theme, because Ichormoon Gauntlet is kind of... I don't know, I think it's probably one of the best proliferate abilities we got on tap at the moment. The other one's Inexorable Tide, right? And that's 5 mana. But if you get a Planeswalker down for 3 mana, this can do something similar, which I think is good enough. Mercurial Spelldancer. Kind of a cool card. And we got Haka. We do have some combat things because Strixhaven Stadium could be an alternate win condition. Proliferating up to 10 doesn't seem impossible. Doing it the fair way seems kind of impossible, but... So what do I want to do? You can't be blocked, right? Yeah. Do we have to cast non-creature spells? Yeah. We don't really have anything to proliferate at the moment, which is a bit of our problem. And our opponent has outramped us because we haven't drawn any lands. These are all bad things. Oh, Koitsu is apparently our opponent. Just gonna get the stadium down. And then we'll tap it at the end of their turn, so that way it gets the counter and they can't remove it. They can't get any damage, right? Because they have 2 3/3s on the ground and then these 2 in the air, so the block would be block there, block there. That one, yeah, Shauna's probably the best choice. But I will try to block it. Yeah, I don't want to risk it. I'd rather they spend their mana on drawing cards than interrupting my very shaky game plan. Resolve. They don't have 3 mana, so they can only pay up to 2. And if they don't pay up to 2, that means that they have something in hand to disrupt us. There's a counter. Take action. Yep. Oh. Well, GG for me, I guess. Yeah, we lost a valuable blocker because I did not think things through. That's no good. We're just low on mana too. Hey, don't do that. I might as well get some value out of the counters. Having your mana rock blown up is harsh, man. Especially when we're so behind. Yeah, it's indestructible, so I don't really care. Alright, backup plan number 1. Planeswalkers. How do they work? Shauna is not a very flashy commander, but well, let's. Ooh, I should have copied. Rough. Nope, no block. Arena, please. I have Lance in my deck. I'd like to see them. Yeah. But this always happens on Arena, right? Like, the shuffler that they use to simulate deck interactions is kind of busted. I don't think it functions very well. Because, like, if you don't have exactly the right ratio, the number of times you get mana screwed is disproportionately high to what you should. Like, in real life, you can get away with greed more often. But on Arena, no thank you. I don't know, maybe it is actually a decent shuffler, because so if I spend 3 mana, I only have 2 left, and that can't do anything, so I guess we Supreme Will. To draw cards. We won't be countering anything because our opponent is just laughably far ahead of us. Go ahead, that's not too scary. My blocker will remain regardless of your actions. You will start doing 1 damage per turn, so that's cool. You probably should be doing more because of, yeah, all of this that's attached to it. I guess we take the land. Arena will punish us by having us draw a land next turn, but, like, if we don't take the land and we don't get the land, it's very sad. Arena did not punish us. I was too skeptical of it, and I guess this turn we'll draw. Our opponents have had this dead for several turns. They're just not killing us. So maybe either they want to see what the plan of the deck is, or they're working on their quest right now, and they just want to cast as many spells of a certain type as possible. So they're like, if this opponent's willing to stay in, I am willing to cast my spells. No need to block, nothing's coming at me. And blocking won't change Teferi's inevitable death. It's true, Teferi, it could have gone worse. Maybe they want to see a Mercurial Spelldancer do something. I want to see a Mercurial Spelldancer do something. It's just, it's not the time right now, you know? It's just not the time. start working on that life total. We'll draw a card. Hey, it's land. I didn't know my deck had those. Ichormoon Gauntlet. We have not drawn any of our wrath either. I think the alpha's coming. But I think it's about time we get tapped out. We've been outcard advantaged for too long. Yeah, no block. We'll let it happen. GG opponent. It was a good game. It wasn't exactly an even game, but it was a good game. On to game 2. I have another deck lined up, and it is also another blue deck. I don't know. I built over the course of the last 4 or 5 days, like 6 or 7 decks, and whenever I sat down to record and choose from the selection of decks I have ready at that point in time, the 2 blue decks have just never been chosen. So I thought, let's get them out of the lineup. Let's see how their ideals work on paper and if there's actually an improvement on there. And it's actually something that I've been thinking about more recently as well, because I've realized that my deck collection is kind of a mess, and I'd like to have like 5 permanent decks that are mono-colored and just sitting there in the bottom of my collection, so that whenever I have a daily quest and I have to fill out a random requirement from the MTGA gods, I can actually do it in historic instead of being like, okay, I have an elf deck in this format, I have a standard deck that fits this color requirement, I have a pioneer deck that fits this requirement, or it's not pioneer, is it? It's explorer deck that fits that requirement. And like a historic deck over here, I want a concise Brawl plan. The rats are going to kill us before we ever get near achieving our life goals. Like, I did not realize that it was, because normally when you see like a mono black commander, you know it's rat because it's Marinar, right? But the new guy on the block, he's throwing off my rat senses. Ooh, I have a rat now. Let's get rid of that rat. Yeah, they were going to gain control of my rats, but it was going to happen either way. We've hopefully fended off the commander for a turn, because they might just play the Relentless Rats again. I'd rather see the Relentless Rats than the commander. The Automaton is kind of bad too, honestly. do see your neat synergy there, opponent. Not really down for it, though. Let's get our Dominus on board and a Thrummingbird. We have no counters. We're up against mono black deck, so they definitely have removal. Rude. Okay. Take action. Yes, we want it to be castable again at some point in the future. So we'll actually block here and just die. We could have blocked with our Thrummingbird and stayed alive, but what kind of life would that be, right? Like, our opponent would still have 3/3/3s, and we would have nothing on board to defend ourselves. Actually, we would have had our Scepter still, but yeah. I don't know. It's been a while since we've had a rough patch on MTGA, so they come and go, right? Sometimes you're at the top of your game, sometimes you're not at the top of your game. Hey, this could be okay. Yeah, this is actually... I'll keep this, because 4 mana Whelming Wave feels like it'll clean up whatever shenanigans going down. Mass Bounce is much better against token strategies than it is against most other strategies, so I'm okay with that. Hopefully we don't die of poison. They don't seem to have a lot of poison. But either way, like, poison counter is bad news. I guess we could have proliferated the poison counter that we have on us. That would have been cool, right? Rhea Ivar is a card I haven't built around yet, despite the fact that I have it in my collection. Because I just don't really know what our goal when we build around her is, right? Back to the command zone. Tide? Yeah, I guess we go Tide. We don't really have anything to proliferate at the moment. That's our issue. We need to find one of our payoffs. Last time we had 2 payoffs, but this time we have none, and it's kind of bad. And our opponent is slowly poisoning us to death. Oh my god. Well, let's Whelming Wave. I think we Experimental Augury to try to find a payoff and then cast it to hopefully... Yeah, the timing on hey, there's a payoff. It's just a shame we're dead, though. Yeah, GG opponent. We could only generate 1 blocker there, and the Kiora's Behemoth was the better of the 2. The other one was Alter Dementia, Staff of Black. And then just roll with the staff as a 4, Dementia as a 4/4. That could have been our blocker, but it would not have been a good one. And either way, the opponent, one removal spell solves one blocker, right? So this is our 4th match. We have lost everything. I might just not be a good mono blue player. Black Staff of Waterdeep. Man, I played a Civ 5 mod a while back. Long ago. And Waterdeep was a city in that mod. I had no idea where it came from. But there's it's a D&D thing, apparently. That's what this tells me. Jace is a little bit loud. Ellis Ilcor, Sadistic Pilgrim. That is quite the moniker, isn't it? First off, the name is just all over the place. Rude. I guess Jace dies then. He was always going to, if we're being honest. He's not a strong boy. Ichormoon Gauntlet? Cosima would be nice, but our deck has once again decided that we should start where we began. No mana in hand. It's too much rhyming. Hey, we got there. Make a tutu. Karn maybe? No, Jace has probably got to be worse than Karn. Karn can turn our Scepter into a 3/3. But I guess the staff kind of fixes that problem anyways. Who do we target? Sage of the Worthy? Yeah, let's go Commander killing. So we do this one first because the Scepter will trigger when we cast the Scepter. So we have a Karn and a Dream at this point. We're up against Cowork Tap. Or Clockwork Tap? No. I feel as though there's an abbreviation in there. I just don't understand what it is. 6 damage. Down to 17. The Great Mycosense. Ooh, we're actually up to 7 mana. So if we put a counter on here, we've essentially ended our turn. But we can actually make a blocker too, just in case. So we only need 3 counters, so we can Karn, put a counter on it, proliferate, win at everything. This is the plan anyways. I have not pulled off the Magistrate Scepter infinite turn lock, but it is definitively possible, and it's much easier in this deck in particular. So I'm gonna block the Selfless Samurai. because that just seems like the best choice. We take 6. Our opponent has gotten off to a slow start as well. So we're not actually, well, we're pretty close to dead, but we're not actually as dead as we would be if, decline. I won't untap it. Hey. So this just does it. Neat. I don't know. Decline. So let's draw some cards. We have pulled off the Scepter lock, so that's neat. Let's draw a card. You have no more turns, opponent. I have achieved victory. Yeah, so we did win one actually. We did get a Scepter lock. That's kind of cool. Either way, thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy, remember to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye for now.